Today we are going to be looking at the tire. First of all, I will show you the expiry date or the year of manufacture of the tire, the size of the tire, and how to know your rim size, the tire size, and also how to jack your vehicle up to change tires when you have a bad tire. Number one, look at this tire very closely. If you look down here, you will see the date here, 02/21. It means this tire was manufactured February 2021. All right. Now what you have here is if you come down here, you will see the rim size. Like here you have 205, that's the size of the tire. 65 is the length, and then R15 means rim 15. It means this metal part you're seeing is 15. That's the size. Now if your tire goes flat, how do you change the tire? We'll be looking at how this vehicle is going to be jacked up and then the tire will be loosened. This is what you do when you have a flat tire. So look at how my senior instructor is going to be demonstrating for us. What you have here is the jack. This is a jack. This is how a jack looks like. Alright, so it's going to be demonstrating how to put the jack properly and then jack up the vehicle to loosen the tire. So watch very carefully. You set the jack properly. And before you start jacking the tire, you must ensure that there is a wedge. There is a wedge. So he's going to take, of course you use anything strong like a stone or a wedge. That's why you're supposed to have a wedge in your car, so that the vehicle does not move when it is being jacked. And this is important because you're supposed to protect your gearbox. The vehicle is not supposed to be shaking or moving while you are jacking it. So this is like a support. You can see the support is fastened properly. That's the support to hold the vehicle from moving back and forth. So he will start jacking the tires now. It is safe to jack the vehicle up now. So that's what he's doing. You can see how the tire is lifting up. It's lifting up, lifting up. Then he will stop here. He will stop here because he needs to loosen the bolts first before the tire is completely jacked up. So he will go inside and bring what you call a spanner, a wheel spanner, to loosen the nuts before jacking the tire up. So he's going to get the wheel spanner. Of course, those are the items you need to loosen the tire: the jack and the wheel spanner. Okay, so he has gotten a wheel spanner. He will use this to loosen the nuts. So you see him loosen the nuts. You have to know the direction. You loosen the nut anti-clockwise and you tie it clockwise. So he's loosening it. After loosening it, you ensure it is properly loosed. So by the time you loosen all these nuts, okay, you loosen all of them, you will now go back to start jacking the tire. You will jack the tire up completely until the tire can no longer stay on the ground. It's okay. So the tire is up and is no longer touching the ground. At this point, you can now remove the bad tire and then replace it with your spare tire. And that is the importance of having a spare tire. You replace it with your spare tire, tie back the nuts very firmly, ensure that the nuts are properly tied. It's going to tie this knot. Let's assume this tire has been fixed. It's going to loosen the jack. Okay, so start losing bringing down the jack so the vehicle comes down. But this is after you have fixed your spare tire, and then you tie back the nuts partially. By the time you bring down the tire, you now use the what's it called again? Wheel spanner to tie back the bolts properly. That's what you'll be doing now. It's going to tie them back, and this is done clockwise. So you have to know the movement. Anti-clockwise is for losing, and then the clockwise movement is for tying back the bolts. You see, he has to do it very firmly. All right. I'm sure you're seeing that. That is the clockwise movement for tying your knots. So you make it very strong and be sure that they are all very firm. And then after that, you can quietly remove your jack, and then put them back properly inside the boot. Okay, that does that for tire changing for today. We'll do other videos for the interior of the vehicle. You have to know how the interior of your vehicle should look like, signs of knowing when the vehicle is warning you, and all that. Thank you very much.